Hello, welcome back to another After the Flash rigging video. Okay guys, so today in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to use the rigging system. Now, this is probably something I should have done first before making any tutorials, but to be honest, I don't care. But for those of you who are still confused and want those who seek to grow their peanut-sized brains, look no further, your solutions are here. The rigging system can be very scary and very intimidating to most people. Now, let's say if you build models in Roblox Studio already, this should seem pretty similar to you, as it's quite literally the same thing as it is in Roblox Studio. Now, I've broken up this video into 5 different sections: parts, welding, translation and scaling, saving, and kits. Starting off with parts. All rigs are made of parts, and parts are essentially any accessory from the catalog that has been inserted into your customization menu through Add Accessory ID right here. This tab on the right hand side of the screen will allow you to insert any accessory from the catalog into your After the Flash rigging system right here. All parts have 4 different properties that can be manipulated to your liking. In order to add a part, go to the catalog, click an item, copy the accessory ID, and then paste it into this tab right here. Taking a closer look at a part, we can see that there's 5 buttons: an anchor tab, a plus button, a tool button, a trash button, and an arrow button. The anchor button sets the part as your primary object. The plus button duplicates a part. The tool button edits a part. The trash button deletes a part. And the arrow button moves the part around your current loadout. It is critical that you keep all parts for your rig under one rig, and that rig only. Next up, we have welding. Now when you click the bigger tool button on the rig, you can see that you now can edit its universal scale, its universal translation, and its weld point. As you can see, my sunglasses are welded to my head, which means that it will move with my head. Which means if I weld it to, let's say here, my arm, it's going to move with my arm. Let's say you put on a gas mask, which is automatically welded to your head upon insertion. This means that it will move with your head wherever it goes. What if you want that gas mask to go on a different part of your body, like such as hanging it off your back, your belt, or maybe just dropping down on your leg? You're going to need to weld it to that respective area. For me, I recommend welding it to one of your thighs here and translating it and rotating it wherever you like. So here, we'll click my right thigh. Oh crap, that's my hair. Here, you're going to click one of your thighs. I'll choose my right one. And as you can see, it is now wrapped around my leg. Then we'll just go ahead and rotate it a bit. And done. It now hangs off your leg. Now you could scale it down a little bit or just change it. I'm just showing you, like, how to weld and move stuff around. With welding, you can have any rig or accessory on any part of your body. Please remember that if you're making a prosthetic or something like that spans across multiple body parts, you're going to have to make multiple rigs welded to their respective areas. Moving on to translation and scaling. Translation and scale are 2 properties of a part that need to be edited in order to form. Translation and scale are the 2 properties of a part that need to be edited in order to form a proper rig. When you click translation, 6 different arrows of 3 colors appear, such as this. The red arrow moves the part across the X factor, the green arrow moves it across the Y factor, and the blue arrow moves it across the Z factor. If you're a perfectionist, you can tamper with these values down below and put in different numbers to change its scale. Describes itself. Here you can stretch and squeeze a part in order to make it wider, thicker, or taller, or longer, however you want to put it. And here you can see me changing the scale of my hair in all 3 different directions. Next, we're going to talk about editing your color and editing rotation. Rotation is pretty self-explanatory. You can use the green sliders to move it across the Y, you can use the red to move it across the X, and the blue to move it across the Z. Then we have editing colors and object texture ID. In order to edit the material or color of any part, you're going to have to set Object Texture ID to 0 and then click Enter. Make sure there are no spaces if you're trying to add a texture ID from, let's say, retextures or something you found or something in the catalog. Otherwise, it'll always show up as completely blank. Now, once you've set it to 0, you can click all these materials down below to change, let's say, the material of your hair. And let's say if I wanted my hair to be neon material, I would scroll up here, click neon, then use this palette to change the color of the hair as I see fit. Now obviously, how many people are you going to see with neon hair in After the Flash? I'm not trying to show you how to make a rig here, I'm just showing you how to make one yourself. I am simply just teaching you how to use the tools provided by Chad in order to make your own rigs and make your character unique and special in your own way. Moving on to saving. If you haven't crashed or lost connection whilst making a rig before saving it, consider yourself lucky. There's nothing more painful in After the Flash than that, and I heavily recommend preemptively saving your work-in-progress rig after making a significant change or a tedious edit to it. It will save you a lot of time and patience. In order to save a rig, click the blue Save button, and then click the Pencil and Paper button into the Saved Rigs tab. This will allow you to share the same rig with different characters. Lastly, we'll talk about kits. Kits are relatively new to the game and allow rig creators to share their work with others to use. In order to make a kit, simply drag 2 rigs together, which will then form a kit. It will merge them under the kit, but keep them separate from each other. You can save it by clicking onto your Save Kits tab, going to the blue button on your kit, and then clicking the Pencil and Paper button in order to save it. This concludes the rigging system guide. Hopefully you've now gained all the knowledge you need to make your own original rigs and really stick out amongst all the Wastelanders. Now get out there and make yourself proud. Also, I'm open to taking any suggestions for rigging tutorials. If you have something you'd like me to make that you can't necessarily make yourself, I can go ahead and give it my best shot, and if I'm good enough at it, I'll make a video on it. Well, that's all I have for y'all tonight. I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.